Okay.
Hey guys, welcome to the 101 in 10, where you get to see your favorite artists from around the world 101 in 10 minutes. I'm your girl, Ayasha Roberson. I'm back with this new indie artist. You know what? I love these young men. They have this very different style. It's very pop, a little rock as well, influences going on. I definitely like their lyrics. It's just very relatable and organic as well. It's not like anything I ever heard. So that's the reason why we had to have him on the show. So without further ado, let me help you welcome the Lockyer Boys.
Woo. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for being on the show. Welcome to the 101 in 10. Please introduce yourself to our fans, starting with the young man with the hat on.
The young man with the hat on. Well, I'm Charlie. I'm one half of the Lockyer Boys, and I am this guy's brother. Yeah, and I'm the other half. I'm Will. So we're brothers,
Thank
born and raised in Thunder Bay, Ontario.
you.
And here we are sitting in our room, which is also our studio,
Mhm.
basically where it all happens. So, and we're talking to you. So thanks for having us.
So thank you for being on the show. So let's get down to business. So can you guys tell me what are your musical influences and how did you get started in the industry as artists?
Yeah, well, we've obviously been taking influences our whole life, like any kid would. And so early on, we got influenced a lot by like movies and stuff. And that started turning into us playing the piano based off of those movies. So we would
Wow.
play the music from the movies by ear. And then we started getting put into lessons. And obviously, we dreamt about being like One Direction and Justin Bieber and the Jonas Brothers and all these guys that we look up
Totally.
to. And yeah, just slowly but surely started doing shows together, sort of outside of our music lessons, and just kept riding that wave. And here
Love
we
it.
are.
I love the fact that you just said that you hear music by ear and started playing it like it was like such an easy thing to do. That is such a gift. To be able to hear something by ear and be able to create and then put it into life by making it a song. That's a beautiful thing. Wow. So how old were you when you first started getting into the scene, and what musical instruments, what part of the group are you? Are you lead? Do you
Yeah. So instrument wise, we can sort of play a little bit of everything, but when we're performing, usually will play the guitar,
Yep.
and he'll sing, and then I'll play the piano and I'll sing. And then what we do is we harmonize a lot, and that's sort of been our main instrument has been our voices and our harmonies.
Yeah,
Um,
no, we're both the leaders pretty much.
yeah.
So it's just us, right? So and usually when we do like our big shows, we'll have a band behind us, which is usually like our buddies and whatnot.
I love it.
And so it's always like a fun time, welcoming everyone and like let's just have fun. And we started doing it. We started playing piano together like really young,
Very.
like I can't even remember
I
the
can't
first
remember my
lesson.
first piano lesson.
So really young, and then sort of we started taking singing lessons. I don't know how old.
Maybe we were 10 or 11.
Yeah, but we were also, but at that time we were also immediately like singing in bars, like you know what I mean, like really young, up here, and it sort of just caught on as like, oh my gosh, it's the Lockyer Boys are playing right now. You know what I mean? It's like
And
that was how we got our name. It's just two boys, you know what I mean, with the last name Lockyer. So yeah,
I
kind of
love
like
it. Y'all need to trademark that name and keep it in the family name because Prince had this whole thing where Warner Bros. Took his name
yeah,
and he was like, "That's my birth name," but he never got a trademark. But no, that's a good name. Get that trademark. Lockyer Boys. Didn't know it was your last name, and I like the ring of it as well. It just has this really good presence and energy, and I like the fact that you also said, well, that you guys harmonize together, and you could definitely feel that energy in the music because a lot of times people, whether they're family, friends, or just people that they just met, they don't have the harmony. It's like off, and you guys are able to create this great energy and synergy through your music, and that's one of the things that I love about your music, and I love about the energy of your group as well. So kudos to you guys. So let's talk a little bit about your challenges and also your success for 2022. So, can you tell me anything about the challenges for this year?
Yeah, well, I think any artist in the past couple of years, and 22 is definitely included in that conversation. We've all struggled with COVID and sort of how
Mhm.
that's been affecting our line of work. I mean, obviously, right now we're doing things on Zoom, and we've gotten pretty used to doing that. You know, writing on Zoom, and sometimes doing performances that are live streamed and done online. So that's been sort of a learning curve, more so 2020 and 2021. And then for successes this year, what would you say, Will?
I would say like the biggest successes we've gotten were releasing new music finally,
Wow.
and getting them on some pretty cool playlists around the world,
Hmm.
and then also doing live shows finally, like again. So we were able to do a show called Live in the Waterfront. It was this festival in our hometown, and a couple thousand people showed up, which was
That's
awesome.
great.
And we've also been touring at schools, doing school shows and getting new followers there, which
Great.
has been really fun for us. And, you know, like now our social media is starting to grow a little more on Instagram and TikTok. So yeah, I would
It's
say,
been nice to see a sort of a little group start to form around us, and being able to interact with people sort of around our community. It's been nice to sort of
yeah, a little fan group.
have some fans to actually talk to, because I mean, I think a lot of artists know how it is when you're sort of posting stuff but you don't know who sees it, and now it's nice
Mhm.
to sort of have someone communicate
Yeah,
back to you. So that was a big success that we've
totally.
started to feel this year.
Yeah, like for like the past 2, 3 years, we've just sort of kept our head down and worked on the product, and now we're just starting to share it to the world. And so
Man.
I would say that's our success.
That's a great success because the world is just feeling your music and loving it as well. And you can feel the energy when they run up to you and like, oh my gosh, I saw you at this concert or this show or things of that nature. It's an awesome, awesome feeling. So I'm excited for you guys for 2023 with the new music. Now let's talk about your song Daisy. I like that song so much. I think I played it about 4 or 5 times already this week. Now
Nice.
yes, because I have Spotify, so guys, y'all can check out that song Daisy on Spotify as well. So can you tell me a little bit about what was the creative process behind making that song and what is that song about? Who's Daisy?
Yeah, so we do all of our recording in Vancouver. So we are in Thunder Bay, which is at the top of Lake Superior, and we write all of our songs in collaboration with guys that we sort of meet in the industry. One of our main collaborators is a guy named Jeff Dawson, and he was actually famous for writing the song "Bad Day."
Oh,
So he produced that song that was released in like
2005 or
something like
something.
that. Yeah. So it's been nice working with him for the past couple of years. We've also worked with a guy named Alan Potker from These Kids Wear Crowns.
It's another
Uh,
Canadian band.
yeah. So with Daisy, we were working with those two guys, and it was a song that we originally made in this room right here. This is our studio room. So we wrote it
I
and
remember we're because it was during the lockdown,
yeah.
and Charlie and I were doing like a workout, and
mhm.
we were playing some music on the TV on Spotify, and we heard this one song called "Red Roses" by Laundry Day, and we just thought the bass and like the kick and like just the way the whole song sounded was just so cool, and we wanted to replicate that. So like that afternoon, we went
I
up
think
here and spent some time making a cool bass riff, and then it sort of turned into Daisy.
Yeah, we pulled a lot of the ideas for like the first verse of Daisy. We pulled a lot of that sort of inspiration from Red Roses, but we made the song in here and then we sent it to Jeff, and we had planned a trip that we were going to do out to Vancouver to record. And sure enough, Jeff said, "Yeah, let's work on this one." And we brought Alan into the equation, and Alan's awesome. Alan's super great with like adding fun stuff to a track. So when he got in, he was adding, cowbells and all these weird little
Love
tambourine
it.
stuff in the back. And I remember Daisy was a night that we stayed up very late, and we just did it all in one day. And one of the funnest, is that a word? Funnest? One of the
Sure.
funnest tracks that we got to make in Vancouver. And yeah, so that's pretty much the Daisy story. As for what Daisy's about, Daisy isn't actually the name of a person. I don't know anybody named Daisy except for the Daisy from Great Gatsby,
Oh, okay.
but everyone knows that Daisy.
Mhm.
Daisy's more of just the idea of not being able to get someone out of your head, and you love it, but you also hate it, and it drives you crazy, but you also love it, and sort of that weird feeling of, oh my goodness, this person is stuck in my head. I
Love
can't
it.
stop thinking about them. Do I want to stop thinking about them? Do I want to keep thinking about them? So it's sort of
Yeah. Well,
this
there's
game that you play in your mind.
there's the line, "You were my daisy, a weed in my thoughts." So it's sort of just like Daisy is like such a happy thing, but then we take it to the weed world. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, no, it's no one likes weed.
It's
in
growing
their,
uncontrollably.
yeah, exactly.
I love it. I love the concept of that song. I wouldn't even think it was so abstract, but it is. But it is abstract, but it's relatable because everyone can relate to that. So
Mhm.
that's the reason that it's so organic. And as you took us through the process, I could actually see how the song was coming together. And you talked about the cowbells. Bells. I'm like, I didn't hear that, but it just sounded. Whatever I heard, it sounded very, very good. And that's what I'm saying. The harmony and the synergy with your group is just so. I mean, I can't, it's something I just cannot explain. And I'm just so elated and happy that you guys were able to bring your music to life. Thank you guys for your music, because I think your music is just really, really organic. Now, can you tell the fans how they can book you for upcoming gigs? How can they get in contact with you?
Yeah, well, if anyone wants to get in contact with us, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on
Twitter,
TikTok and Twitter and all those
YouTube.
things. And you can just search up Lockyer Boys, and we should pop up.
At Lockyer Boys. There's no underscore or
There's
anything.
no underscore, no nothing. So, yeah, they can definitely reach out there, give us a follow, listen to anything they want to listen to.
Send us a DM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're always sort of putting out little teasers of stuff that we're making so they can hear sort of what's coming down the line. And today we were just in a meeting today talking about some music videos that we're going to be filming and sort of getting into in the new year. So yeah, lots of stuff is happening in that end. So if you give us a follow, you can definitely stay in the loop.
Yes, I'm excited. Well, we're going to definitely follow you guys to make sure we stay in a loop with you guys, and we want our fans to make sure they stay in the loop with you guys as well. So we'll have all the information on the bottom of this video, so make sure you follow them. But thank you so much, Lockyer Boys, for being on our show. I am so excited, and blessings to you guys for 2023. It's great things coming your way. So again, I'm very humble and honored to have you guys on the show. Thank you.
Well, thank you. This has been
Yep.
very fun, and I love talking to you. Thanks for having us.
Yes.
Thank you. And thank you guys for watching the 101 in 10, where you get to see your favorite artists from around the world 101 in 10 minutes. Make sure you tune in to the next episode of the show, because you never know who's going to be on the next episode of our show. You make sure you check in next time. Talk to you guys soon. Take care and be safe. Bye.